This is a story about a courageous 4-year-old named Reese. It's not often that you find someone that can inspire a whole group, but Reese's courage and resilience inspired us all here at Austin Subaru, and I'm sure that hearing her story will inspire you as well.
I'm Ben Strobel.
And I'm Katie Strobel.
And this is our daughter, Reese. She's just turned 4 yesterday.
Right about the time the pandemic was spiking at the beginning of 2020, Reese was having some recurring fevers, and we kept taking her to the pediatrician. But at that time, because of COVID, they were doing car visits. So the pediatrician would have to come out to the car and take a look at Reese and see how she was doing. And basically they chalked up her recurring fevers to viruses or ear infection, that kind of thing, and never really came up with much. So then around the same time, we as a family had decided to try and move to Bozeman, Montana. And we rented a house up there. We sold our house here in Austin, and we packed everything up in a U-Haul. And Ben was gonna take our dog and our cars and the U-Haul and drive to Montana, and Reese and I were planning to fly up once he had gotten settled. And so that week her symptoms kind of worsened, and we decided, well, we can't take this toddler on a plane in this condition. So I took her back to the pediatrician about 3 times in that week leading up to our flight, and couldn't really get too much of an explanation. And she ended up wheezing. She started wheezing in her chest when she would climb the stairs. And so they sent us to an imaging center to see if maybe she had possibly aspirated a nut or swallowed something in the wrong way. And when I took her to the imaging center, they laid her down on her side to get the image, and she turned blue. So we had to be rushed in an ambulance to Dell Children's, and within about an hour we had I wouldn't say a diagnosis, but a pretty good guess that she had a large tumor in her chest, and it was cancer.
When I first met Reese more than 2 years ago, she was very sick and spent some time in our intensive care unit. And thankfully, the medicines we started right away were able to get her in a good state of health very quickly.
She lost her hair, she lost weight, she just looked sick. It was really hard as a parent to see, but we just kind of had faith in that what they were doing at Dell and what Dr. Cohn was doing was the right thing. And looking back today, obviously there's no doubt that it was, but we learned at that time to start calling her Resilient Reese, and that's been her kind of fundraising and Facebook page name is Resilient Reese, because she would walk into an operating room at Dell Children's and with a smile on her face, and Katie and I would be bawling, which we've become accustomed to, but and she would walk out and she'd be literally walking out of the hospital, and I was just imagine Katie and I going through 1 hour of treatment that she had. We'd be down for weeks, and Reese was back up, wanting to go to school or wanting to play with her friends, wanting to play with her cousins. So these kids are so special in that they're so resilient and so strong, and it's kind of funny looking at your child and getting inspiration from them and seeing that what we think we deal with that's difficult as parents, it's really not, after seeing what she's been able to go through and how strong she's been through that.
Watching Reese go from being as sick as she was to being a totally healthy kid has been really remarkable to watch. She is so resilient, and even though she has scary things happen to her, like IV starts and pokes, and visits to the clinic once or twice a month, she always greets us with a smile. She's always happy to see her nurses, and being able to have this relationship with her over the last 2 years has been so rewarding.
I'm Clarissa Flores, the Regional Executive Director for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society exists to help patients who are battling blood cancers like leukemia, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, and myeloma. And our organization has been funding research to look for new therapies for patients and also to support them financially.
We're so blessed and happy to be where we are in treatment, but we know that there's unfortunately going to be, continue to be cases of, sweet little kids like Reese that discover this unfortunate thing for their family. And so just, trying to get to a point where it's better treatment for them, or, hopefully one day that we don't have to worry about, this big long treatment period, keep raising money and keep bringing awareness to leukemia and lymphoma, just to continue to help those patients that haven't even unfortunately discovered that they have this.
It is so important to tell a patient's story to help bring awareness to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So events like the Honored Hero Parade that was held in honor of Reese allows Reese's family to share their personal experience battling a blood cancer. It allows the community to come together to help support their battle against a blood cancer and provide just the support and love and care from the community to help them through their cancer diagnosis.
Groups who come out just to make the children smile, like Subaru, who put on a wonderful parade for Reese just to see her smile, and all those volunteers who came out and personally handed her a balloon on her birthday to say, hey, we're thinking about you. It means the world that
Did you like the parade?
That we know that there's that kind of support when your child's going through the hardest and toughest time of their life.
We wanted to make Reese's 4th birthday party one to remember. Our team decided to get together and put on a birthday parade for her. We decorated their Subarus with streamers and balloons and made signs. We also heard that Reese liked ice cream, so we brought in an ice cream truck. Our goal was to make Reese smile, and I believe that we accomplished that. Reese was this year's honored hero at the LLS's Light the Night Walk. It was a night where we were able to bring light to the darkness of cancer. The community came together to support Reese and all of those currently fighting the disease, and to remember those very special people that we have lost.
We are so grateful to be partnering with Austin Subaru for events like the Honored Hero Parade and the Light the Night Walk. Their financial support enables us to help further the mission, to help find new therapies, to support patients locally, and it helps bring awareness to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
We know that this cause is a much bigger fight than any one individual or one company. But the more we spread awareness and the more that we give, the better chance we have to see young boys and girls like Reese have a chance at life. Through your resiliency, Reese, you've inspired us all here at Austin Subaru, and we thank you for that.
Reese, I am so proud of you. You are so sweet, so special, and one of my dearest little friends. So thank you for always coming to spend time with me here at the clinic, and I can't wait to watch you grow up.
How old are you now? How many is that? How many is that? Tell him.